But up first this hour, two huge issues for President Obama's fight to win a second term. A lack of jobs in the United States and a lack of enthusiasm among many voters, including African-American voters. The president alluding to the employment crunch during his third annual back-to-school speech right here in Washington, D.C.
More than 60% of the jobs in the next decade will require more than a high school diploma. More than 60%. That's the world that you're walking into.
Some black voters say the president has let them down when it comes to education and job creation. The Obama campaign is trying to address those concerns as the election gets closer. Let's turn to our White House correspondent, Dan Lothian. He's got more on this part of the story. Dan?
Well, Wolf, you know, the president has always, when talking about race and his policies, taken a big picture view. In other words, saying that what he does helps not just African Americans, but all Americans. Well, this has not gone unnoticed. And now, as the president is courting black voters who were key to his success in 2008, some of them are frustrated.
9 a.m. on WPGC FM.
On 95.5 FM, one of Washington, D.C.'s top urban radio stations, Darian Big Tigger Morgan serves up a blend of music, edgy morning talk, and commercials.
Want to show it free on WPGC, D.C.'s home for at least 8 years in a row.
But off mic, there's a more serious tone when he's asked about President Obama.
His level of expectations in the community, however unrealistic, is higher for him to quote-unquote help us. That being said, I still think that lots of people are very, very supportive of President Obama.
But in a searing opinion piece in the Washington Post, columnist Cortland Malloy wrote, "It's hard to see how the plight of black people could get any worse, even under a President Kane," referring to the conservative Republican hopeful. The managing editor of The Root, a daily online African-American magazine, has heard the exasperation.
There's a segment in the community that feels that he could have targeted more efforts toward the African-American community. I don't think politically it's feasible in this country.
One big criticism? That the president has not addressed the high unemployment rate among blacks, which the Bureau of Labor Statistics puts at 16.7%. Much higher than the national average.
For African Americans, it has been absolutely devastating in the last 4 or 5 years. You know, as badly as the majority community, the white community, has been affected, it's been even worse for blacks.
Courting his base, the president sat down for a one-on-one interview with BET and also gave a speech to the Congressional Black Caucus, where he acknowledged the economic crisis had taken a toll on an already hard-hit black community.
You got to be a little crazy to have faith during such hard times.
Representative Maxine Waters was pleased that the president gave recognition to a problem some feel he's ignored.
And that's extremely important, that people understand that the president gets it.
But a little air leaked out of that warm feeling when the president seemed to chastise African-American leaders in the same speech.
I expect all of you to march with me and press on. Take off your bedroom slippers. Put on your marching shoes. Shake it off. Stop complaining.
Representative Waters found the comment, quote, curious, and speculated Mr. Obama had gone off script. A White House official confirmed it was an ad lib, but insisted it was meant as a rallying cry. While some African Americans may be frowning at the president, they aren't smiling at the options.
We're going to talk about that whole situation coming up.
Which is why Morgan, who voted for Mr. Obama, remains optimistic.
I think that they'll come back out again. It's about engaging them. It's about speaking to them directly or indirectly about what issues affect them.
Of course, the question is, will President Obama be able to generate the same kind of enthusiasm that sent a lot of young black voters to the polls in 2008? If it is, in fact, a tight race, some believe that could be the difference. Wolf?
Could be a key difference in a state, for example, like North Carolina, which the president barely won for in 2008, what, by about 14,000 votes. He's really got to energize that base, including the African-American community. So what's the strategy over there at the White House? What are you hearing?
Well, they never like to break down their strategy in terms of what they're doing to target any particular race, but you've seen initiatives here at this White House, or certainly through the campaign, that's getting the president out in front of the black media, talking to black reporters. Also, as I pointed out, they're sitting down on those one-on-one interviews. He realizes this is a critical group, very important to winning in 2008, and the president himself has pointed out that he needs their support in 2012.
Dan Lothian over at the White House, thank you.